was issued, people began to storm supermarkets buying water in bulk. Many of those stores have already run out of their supply tonight, but the governor has asked all major chains to order more. The 19th Janet Wu is in Weston with more from shoppers. Janet.
Yes, it's pretty amazing how the water problem here can lead to water panic across much of eastern Massachusetts. All the stores we stopped by this evening were cleaned out, not a single bottle left. Customers were pretty angry and frustrated, but really, the panic is unnecessary.
No water for sale in there. All gone.
This sign says it all, and at this store, we hear things got rough inside.
People were fighting over the water. People were walking out with tons and tons of water they wasn't trying to share, but they got to fist fighting in there. So I just gave up. I'll go home and boil my own.
Is this insane or what? I mean, this isn't, a major catastrophe. These people aren't starving or dying of thirst yet. This hasn't been 3 weeks or 2 weeks. In fact, it wasn't even a full day. If you guys haven't heard about this story, it's from a small community near Boston that was under orders, got the orders to boil their water. They had some kind of problem that infected the drinking water. And within 24 hours, people just wiped out all the water out of the grocery stores, and it's down to fisticuffs in the parking lots and inside the stores. That's how fear-driven people are and what they will do if they think they're desperate. These people aren't even desperate. It's just incredible to me. And I'll share this with you. I'll put this link up just in case you haven't seen it yet. But I think this is just another lesson in human behavior and why I'm always driving home that, prepping is the way to go. Prepping, be ready, and then you don't have to worry. I have hundreds of gallons of bottled water in this house. This wouldn't bother me at all. Not to mention the hundreds of gallons that I have in rainwater stored that I could easily sterilize. If you prep, then you don't have to worry about these situations. But also what I always drive home is you have to have a way to protect your preps and know how to protect those preps. Don't think that your government is going to protect your stuff in an SHTF scenario. People are not going to think right because they're so driven by fear. It's such a fear thing. Our culture, unfortunately, tends to focus on itself and fear. I see it on YouTube, especially as of late. A lot of fear-mongering. I actually feel like the people that are driving this fear and the people that are lining up to get this fear, like it's the next hit of drugs that they need, people seem almost addicted to fear. I feel like the people that are driving this fear are fearful that their predictions aren't going to come true. So they're making up BS stories or exaggerating stories just to keep driving this fear, lest they be proved a fool. I'm going to predict something right now on Yankee Prepper's channel. I predict that no one on YouTube will be able to predict when the SHTF scenario finally happens. No one on YouTube will be able to tell you the end day. No one on YouTube will be able to tell you the day the stock market is going to crash, or the volcano is going to go off, or the hurricane that's going to hit. There are no prophets on YouTube that are going to give you those answers. The only thing that you're going to get from those people that are pushing fear is more fear. No one got dragged out of their house and were forced to be given vaccinations. Martial law was not declared. You weren't stopped on the street and stripped. Your guns have not been confiscated. Should I go on? Because I've heard all these predictions, and it's a waste of time and energy. A total waste of time and energy. And yet people line up for the next hit of fear like it's a drug, they need it. I'm telling you just the opposite. Don't fear. Do not be afraid. Think straight. Get ready for these things, and you won't be afraid. Make your friends. Bring people in close if you can. And get ready with them. But don't be afraid. Keep going back. Break that addiction. Don't go back to get that fear. Fear is truly a tool of the real enemy. That's how you can tell. That's how you can mark the difference between good and evil. The people that are pushing this fear, whether they know it or not, are a tool of the enemy, because fear is used to bring in the sheep and push them in the direction that the enemy wants them to go. Fear is used to corral you up or make you go where you don't want to go. That's what fear is used for. It's a tool, and the people pushing fear are tools. Don't be afraid. Just get ready. Most of us, most of you that are here on my channel are here because you already know something's wrong. Just prepare. Don't fear. Live your life and prepare. Fear is just sucking the energy out of you. It's depressing you. It even will make you lonely because you'll drive people away. Get together. You can grow hope there. Prepare and be ready. That's your answer. I'm Yankee Prepper. I'll see you guys later.
Mira, mira. Allá, viene una tormenta.
What did he just say?
He said there's a storm coming in.